What's up, race fans? So we just got here at the Bluff Outlaws and just checked in for points race number 9. This week the track looks really good. To me, the crease is more profound, so I think that if you go to throw sliders, you're gonna have to be kind of careful, because as you guys seen, when my pipe got crushed last race, I don't know if you guys actually really seen it, but the 18P, he went to go throw a slider and he slid up too fast and he hit the crease, and that's what sent him flipping, and then he just came down on me and broke my pipe off. But besides that, the track looks pretty good, and I pulled a 95, so I'm gonna go out super late in my qualifying session, so hopefully it's not too dry, but I have a feeling it's probably going to. And you guys also notice just me and Brent here. Blake's not here this week because my dad asked me, he was like, you want to ask your uncle if he will take you racing? I mean, you've been doing pretty good, and I know the high that you're riding on right now. So I asked him, and thankfully my aunt and my uncle let me come racing with them this weekend, so I'm thankful for that. But yeah, now I'll send it off to Brent.
I pulled pill 55, so I will go out really, really late in qualifying. And one thing that I noticed is they still have that thing out, and what that does is it pokes the holes in the racetrack. I don't know if you can see it, but it's all on the top side right now. And what it does is it like rips the dirt up a little bit. That way when he goes out and wets the track down, it'll let it go into the track and it'll absorb it. That way the track will have more grip for a longer part of the night. Hope to see you in the next clip. What's up, guys? During qualifying, the car wasn't the best. I didn't do my job. I didn't lay down a really good lap, but we made some adjustments for the heat race. We went out. The car was all right. It was kind of tight, but coming to the white, we took the white. We're going into turn 2, and the leader spun out, and then everybody just piled in. I jabbed the brakes, got it to go down to the bottom, and we finished second. Put us into the feature. We were all off 9th in the main event. See you on the track for the feature.
So how I figured pulling a 95 pill put me pretty deep in qualifying. I think there was like one car that went out after me in the next group. So went out super late. Track was a lot more drier than I thought it would have been. So I had the wrong tire pressure in there and kind of didn't get the drive off I needed. And my air screw was also not adjusted right. We thought it was, and when I went out, it did not want to run again. So we fixed that. After qualifying, I went 13th out of 22, I believe. And then, so that put me starting 5th for my heat race. And off the start, I accidentally did a wheelie and kind of fed the 7 on the outside of me a rear wheel. But that was all good. And then we got one caution and didn't get that great of a start off of the restart. The 7 got back around me. But luckily I got a Christmas present yet again in a heat race, and kids in front of me crashed. One kid was doing a wheelie backwards on the track. I thought he was about to run into me, but besides that, the heat race and qualifying went pretty good. I think we're going to start pretty good for the A main.
Right now we're trying to fix Evan's shifter. His shifter broke on him. The splines inside took a duke, so we're working on fixing that right now. Being the only crew guy here right now is a little stressful, having both boys running. I'm very grateful that David and Kim allowed Evan to come race with us, and I think he's doing pretty good. I gotta figure out some adjusting for Evan's motor because I don't do a bunch of the two-stroke stuff, so had to ask a couple questions, and we got a couple good answers. I'm proud of both boys putting it in the A main tonight already, so it's going to make it a little easier for us tonight. So we'll go on to the main, and hopefully we have a good outcome for both cars.
Wherever the world may take you, choose Christensen Automotive.
What's up, guys? We are back at the house and we're doing Sunday maintenance right now, but I want to talk about my main event in the Paul Davis Pavilion for points race number 9 or 8. We rolled off 9th off grid. We didn't get the greatest of starts, but I had a fast car in front of me, so I knew if he would go, I'd be able to go with him. And we got to the top, and we were just working through. We had a really good short run race car with the right rear that we were running. But once it got hot after 5 laps, you guys see that I fell off and they pulled away. And then we got a restart. I cooled the tires down, got them warmed up a little bit. We got the restart, and on one of the restarts, I chopped the kid's nose off trying to slide another kid, and the car got real sideways. The kid behind me had to check up, and it caused a big pile up behind him. Luckily, we stayed green, I'm pretty sure, or we got a yellow because 2 cars crashed in the entrance of 2. And there was a couple times where it bounced the front end into 1. If you were able to see that in the video, not sure if you were because I haven't seen it yet. But it bounced the front end into 1, and it's because I didn't throw it in hard enough. And it was super ruddy, so it just bounced the front end up and down. And then they got underneath me, and then I chopped one kid's nose off, and then I protected the bottom for a lap and a half, and then I went back to the top, and then one kid slid me, and I didn't have the run off the corner to cross him over. I thought I had the run, but I had to lift a little bit because I knew he wasn't going to clear me, and I didn't want to wreck him and then him come down and hit me and take me out. So I just pedaled the car a little bit, and then I thought I still had the run, so I tried to return the favor on the slide job, pulled the trigger, and I didn't quite hit. So that was basically the main event, and then it was green the rest of the way. The car fell off, but we didn't lose too many positions. We rolled off 9th, gained a couple spots, lost a couple spots, finished in 9th. So overall, we did pretty good. As you can probably hear in the background, Evan's doing some maintenance on his car. So I'm pretty sure you're going to talk to him next with my dad. Deuces.
So I rolled off 11th, I think, for the A main, so a little bit better than rolling off 16th dead last like I have been for the past 2 weeks. My car, it was pretty good. It hopped a lot, and that's because this left rear hub, it decided to move a lot when I was out on the track, and the more it moved, the more it hopped, because the car was just so tight and it couldn't transfer any weight up to the front, and it just kept on hopping. But besides that, my car handled pretty good. I think me and my uncle set the tire pressures perfectly, and the car handled really good. Got up to 6, I think it was, and going into turn 1 and 2, I hit the crease, and my car bicycled really bad, almost flipped, but was able to save it. And then also in the race, I kind of forced the issue a little bit too much a couple times, and hit the wall quite a bit, actually. My right rear bead locks all tore up, but that's no big deal. And then when I was running 6, my front engine mount decided to strip out of the mount, and that ended my night. But besides that, it was a pretty good day. Thankful for my aunt, my uncle, to be able to take me. So
welcome back to Mom's Corner. I am Kim Rauscher.
I'm Samantha Rauscher.
And we are wrapping up another weekend at Red Bluff Outlaws. This was points race number 8?
9.
9.
We're almost done with the season. Well, I won't say that, but almost.
We're almost done with one season and on to the next season.
Yep,
like
on
1 week.
Yeah.
1 week of break. So, how did it go this weekend?
I think it went okay. We went out Friday, as you know, because we were concerned about the storm coming in Friday night and Saturday morning. So we left here Friday, loaded up, got a hotel room. Roads were great on the way, but when we woke up, there was snow on the mountain, and you guys were saying there was snow at home. So
yeah, there was. I think it was a good decision that you guys went over the night before. I think we went ahead and looked, and there was chain restrictions most of the way up there. So
yeah,
till past Mineral.
So it's those things, unexpected to have a hotel room, but you kind of have to judge, do you want to drive, do you want to sleep, do you want to maybe make it, maybe not make it, all those things. So we made the call to go up the night before. Now the summer schedule has, I think, 5 or 6 2-day events in it, so for sure we'll be spending some hotel nights during the summer because July in Chico does not mean that you get to sleep in your trailer. You actually have to shower and do those things.
Yeah, it's like, it is god-awful hot there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like 110, 112, 15 degree weather
Right.
in the height of summer.
Yes.
It's a different kind of
And
hot
it's
down there.
sticky and humid and just...
Oh, yeah. Yes,
But this weekend went actually very well. Both boys went straight to the A. We had family at home watching on Fast Four, so I think Mom and Steven came over to the house, right?
Yep. So Mom, Steven, David, and I were at the house this week.
So fast forward running at home, and then Derek and I were at the track with the boys, and so getting straight into the A is just a little bit of more breathing room. Both were very lucky. They weren't in a transfer spot. They were on the bubble or right behind it, and an incident, that last transfer spot is never where a guy wants to be. So they make the issue, and sometimes they make the issue and take themselves out of a transfer. And both Brent and Evan were the first non-transfer when that happened, and were able to complete the lap and transfer both times. So that was neat to see.
And actually with Evan, being at home, we got to see the fast forward footage. They actually had to slow-mo the replay of that accident because they actually thought that one of the cars, the 7, I believe, had crossed during the accident. Okay. But she didn't cross until after, so yeah.
So little things that in the moment I can't see from the grandstands. I have to wait and kind of hear them make their official call. When you're at home watching it on TV, you can kind of watch the replay and have a judgment. It's live for us, so I don't get a replay. I can kind of have my own judgment call. And she was pretty close to the line, I have to say.
She was right there, yeah, and it was really close. So we thought Evan had 4th, he actually had 3rd.
Yeah.
So
it was pretty cool to go, like I said, straight to the A and do those things. So I think today I wanted to talk a little bit about the amount of information our drivers get in a race car. So they get, they have gauges in there, temperature gauges for their radiator, for their motor. Some of them have like a digital dashboard that tells them RPM, and some other things. I see it on the back of some cars, but Brent's is actually in his car. He's responsible to watch it. That's a lot of information I think they take in.
Yeah, it definitely is. That's a lot to have to look at, plus watch the track, watch the officials. Evan has told me a few times that they're not very communicative over the receiver. Sometimes they'll just say accident, that's all you get. So especially at Red Bluff. So that's just a lot of information for the boys to have to take in.
And so then you have flagger giving you information and lights. Officials, it seemed like this week I kind of watched, and even the officials' hand signals are not kind of the same, and so you have to decide what they're trying to tell you in that split moment and stay, not hit another car, not check up. In addition to your crew is trying to hand signal you something. Yeah. Sometimes the boys are trying to hand signal the crew back, and so
I've never been good at charades. I'm like, what is he saying?
So we have some that are like particular. We know what something means to them, but sometimes if it breaks and they're trying to communicate that, it's hard. So in the A main, you see Evan break and come real close to the fence, and it's still loud, but he's trying to communicate to the drivers and to the crew what broke, because he knew he was done. He knew what broke for sure. He was very sure of it. So I think he was just trying to tell them, don't rush, I'm not coming to the hot pit.
Yeah, because I think the crew, the track crew, were trying to get him started again, and you can see him signaling from home that something was wrong at that point. And then I was like, oh, they're not taking him to the hot pit. I guess that's what's hard being at home. That was new for us this week, just sitting at home watching him. I'm like, oh, what's going on? You're not there in the mix, so it is a lot.
So that is all for Mom's Corner this week. Tune in every Wednesday, 10 a.m. CSTV on Roku, Rauscher Racing's Facebook page, Brent Rauscher Motorsports YouTube.